Hey, this is Assad Walker, aka Ultra, with Word Beats in Life. Today I'm in Graffiti Alley in Baltimore. This is an open alley. It's free and legal for people to come and test their public art making skills. If you go down the alley, you're going to see people that are just, experimenting, starting out, as well as the hardcore graffiti stuff. Baltimore has a rich history of public art. When I was a kid in the 70s, I used to ride the train through Baltimore, and it was one of the first places that I ever saw graffiti, even before I went to New York.
Eats and beats.
Eats and beats.
Hey, two of my favorite things.
I'll be making a beat from scratch, as you'll be making a dish from scratch.
I don't play games that come to cooking.
I normally start with the drum.
I'm gonna start with the onion.
I love to merge cultures in my cooking.
Exotic sound. It'll be a culturally influenced situation as well.
So this is the plate.
Jerk roasted chicken with tuna and mashed potato.
Yo, I've never seen that video. That was great.
Yeah.
Piece of life in the house. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to Zach. Slim 78. That was wonderful. What's up, everybody?
Shout out to Ultra.
Shout out to definitely. My bad.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ultra for sure. He opened the joint up real live,
Yes.
I've never been to Graffiti Alley either. So anyway.
Right. I need to do, I used to dabble in graph back in the day. But I moved on to other things, but it's all good. I'm still an artist.
I'm fascinated by it. That's what's up.
How you feeling?
I'm all right. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Yo, wait, hold on a second. I can't let you just look good with the glasses too. I got to match you. There we go.
Okay, cool.
Welcome to Tony Starks.
Welcome to Open World, Open Mic, where we got 4 eyes. What? I mean 8. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's go.
That's right.
I'm one of the hosts anyway. I'm Rob Brown.
What's
That's
up?
Right there. What up, Dominic Painter? What's up?
What's up? True. Yes. And I'm Patrick Washington, aka Black Picasso of the Almighty Poem MCs.
Indeed.
And we are here. And actually, it's not about us, believe it or not. As dope as we are.
Yeah, and we are.
No, yeah, it's about the youths and the emerging artists.
Yes, indeed.
This evening. So we call this Open World because, as we all know, for the past year, we've all been all huddled together and kind of, just kind of going crazy in our own, respective ways. But now we're starting to come out, right?
Learning new things too. I've learned a lot in the last year, believe it or not.
It's very enlightening.
Yeah, I got a little bit more fluent in my Arabic. I got some stuff memorized that I wouldn't otherwise memorize. Yeah. Sure did. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you definitely you doing it up.
And not even it just happens with repetition and such, and knowing what something means in English and vice versa, and hearing it. Yeah, it's been a productive year. I've had a really good year, and I'm quite thankful for that. You know what I mean?
Yes, vice versa. It's been eye-opening for me as well. Yeah. This is a whole new world for me, but we'll talk about that off camera.
Okay, indeed. We're gonna jump in. We're gonna jump right in. Who we got in the house, man? Who do we have in the house? Okay, Jorrin and indeed. Yes. What's up, Jorrin?
We got J and J.
J. When Mozzie first said Jordan was in the house, I was like, my Jordan? I have a Jordan too, Jordan. That's what's up.
Right.
So thank you too for being here on this good Wednesday. Open World, Open Mic, through Words, Beats, and Life. We're gonna pass the mic to y'all. It's just us. We're gonna, but we're gonna hold it down. There are people watching. We're gonna hold it down. We're gonna represent WBL well. That's cool with y'all? Yes? That's what's up. Who wants to get it started? It's J and J, JORD. So you go first. If we're doing the alphabetical order thing. All right. Jordan Comer is going to hit y'all off with a piece right quick. Please welcome her to this open mic set. Get it, Jordan.
Hey guys, I'm Jordan, and today I will be reciting a poem, and then I will be singing a song I mashed together. This poem is entitled Knock Knock Jokes. Knock knock. Knock knock.
Who's that?
Every assault and rape survivor being victimized for a crime no one wishes upon, a reality of losing the individuality that was once pure, innocent, and cleansed. 37% doubled by 1.4, 12 and older assaulted and raped. Yet another story gone unheard, creeps the minds of young guys, boys will be boys and girls will be girls. So tired of that being the excuse when someone touches you, they like you. Leaving young girls thinking it's okay for that boy on the playground to lift their skirt up on the monkey bars because, oh, they like them. Boys believing it's okay for the girl next to them to lift their shirt up while coloring. We gotta stop leaving kids with everyone and start paying attention to the attention being received. Because uncle, auntie, and cousins said baby needs to change their clothes and take a bath when baby was perfectly fine. Mommy, my peach hurts. I'm not feeling so good down there. Mommy, my noodle doesn't feel right. I've never felt this before. What is this? You got babies confusing their comfortability and sexuality because they learned too young what they thought was love, abuse, and assault was rape. You're not hearing me. It doesn't stop here. Society swears what we wear, but a navy blue pair of pants and a white polo was asking for it. Blue jeans, flower shirts, and car says touch me. Church shoes, dresses, and suits said fill me. Gym shorts and sneakers screamed out grope me. Mom, dad, stepdad, and stepmom, I thought what you did meant you loved me. Why would you hurt me? Young adults traumatized, blinded by the people they thought loved them. Every man or woman trying to love, motivate, and care for them can't. Because the lies, betrayal, and abuse traumatize their lives. Scars and wounds open and close like the doors at every entrance. Why didn't you believe me? I thought what you did meant you loved me. I thought you were my friend. You said you loved me. I was only 5. When you said close your eyes. Please stop. No, please stop. You're hurting me. Don't touch me. 433,648 survivors have all said these words. Gone unheard, justice never found, leaving wounds unhealed. Knock, knock. Every 73 seconds, someone is assaulted or raped. Every 9 minutes, that victim is a child. Wake up, it's not a joke, and it never was. That poem was called Knock, Knock Jokes. The next thing I will be doing is singing a song called Glory, a song called Colors on the Ground, and Stand Up all together. One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure. We will be sure. Oh, glory. Oh, glory. Glory, I'm soaking tears and on her knees. She holds a baby as caution tape surrounds. She keeps on screaming, he was just 19. The man in blue said, I told him to stay down. That doesn't make it right. Shame on you, shame on you. But if we ask the ones we lost what they did so wrong, all they say is I have my hands up, my hoodie on, no gun was strong. Still they found a way to make us color on the ground. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, do you hear freedom calling? Calling us to answer, gonna keep on keeping on. We'll cry glory, oh glory. Oh. Now the war is not over, victory isn't won, and we'll fight on to the finish. Until it's all done, we'll cry glory, oh glory. Thank you.
Jordan, what a beautiful piece, sweetheart. Very good. Jordan,
dropping the mic and just disappearing.
You know what I mean? Jordan, don't go anywhere, honey. You have another opportunity to perform if you like. So find another piece for us. You know what I mean? Sing it, girl. Find another piece for us, and we'll come right back around to you. Cool. Thank you for that. That was great. That was great.
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
So and next up is the other J.
The other J.
Yeah, yes. Just as smooth, just as talented. This is
Thank you.
Jorrin Ellison.
Hi everyone. This poem is called Black Excellence. Yeah. Ironically, being black and poor comes with a price. A price seemingly higher than tree trunks in the South in the 60s bearing strange fruit. A price higher than brown-skinned Sally's, Sarah's, and Mary's en route to auction blocks where they stand on cement rocks hotter than fires in Rosewood and Watts. A price Nina and Billy helped to pay when they paved the way for Beyonce's Black Parade in formation. The nation doesn't really care to listen to any more oppression pieces or Black trauma poems. They only want to use these spoken words to show they care for Black people's point of views. Must be why Black people only win awards for painful portrayals of our history or for movies that fit the narrative of their perspectives, i.e. Halle Berry in Monsters Ball or Viola in The Help, Whoopi in The Color Purple or Hattie McDaniel in Gone with the Wind. And I don't blame them for taking those opportunities. At least one more Black person has a job and one more Black girl sees herself on TV. And that inspires the future generations to aspire to make changes they want to see. So they get jobs in the media and try to get into the film industry so we can tell some of our own stories. Like when we get together for family reunions or drive down to the South for family trips. Like when you and your cousins crack jokes about each other's foreheads and hairlines, knowing it runs in your bloodline. Or the kickbacks and pool parties you and your friends had in the summertime. And yes, we are amazing. The way we have overcome every obstacle put before us, but we are not just track runners. We don't just get over one hurdle waiting and wishing for the next one to come. We like to relax and have barbecues and cookouts. We like to draw and create under the clouds. We have doubts and insecurities that can sometimes weigh us down, and we cry and whine and hate and love and paint and hug and sing and dance and swim and sleep and win and lose and read and sow seeds and cook food and celebrate holidays and write essays and ride in Escalades and meditate and take leaps of faith and sometimes just breathe because we exist outside of our suffering. Thank you.
Dopeness. I'm glad Jordan is back. That was great, Jordan. Thank you for that. Seems to be the theme. I was going through some pieces to see what I might spit a little later, and it's right along the same lines. I don't know if you want to jump in there at some point and break it up, or you know what I mean, just have some flexibility and diversity in our pieces and stuff like that. But I'm kind of on the same page with them tonight. I've been writing this piece for a couple days now. You know, you there with me, Patrick? I see you. Okay, you there with me? I've been writing this piece for a couple of days now, so I'm gonna share it a little bit later. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, I'm about to. Okay. You can interview. Okay. Interviewing. Okay. I'm reading while we kicking it. Again, peace, everybody. Happy evening to everybody here for Open World, Open Mic Poetry with Words, Beats, and Life. Me, Rob Brown, your host, and P over there doing his thing. P Patrick over there doing his thing, a.k.a. Black Picasso of the Notorious. Look, architect, Poem Cs, yeah, Notorious Poem Cs, indeed, DC staple for sure. I've known Poem Cs for more than 20 years now, so I ain't gonna start talking about that because we're telling our age, but that's neither here nor there. You're muted, bro.
Yeah, see, that's how I'm showing my age, right?
But if you want to jump in and get some questions and answers out of these two young ladies. And get them ready for another round. That would be excellent.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I know Jorrin has to leave pretty soon, so Jorrin, I'm gonna let you go next. But let me ask you just a couple of questions. So, how has your 2021 been? If you could describe your year so far, how would you describe it?
Introspectively eye-opening. That's technically 2 words, but yeah.
No, that's fine. Yeah, no, you can use as many words as you want. I just wanted to hear how the year has been treating you. I know there's a bit of a shift happening. Are you going to get? Let me ask you: are you going to get the vaccination?
Probably not.
Okay. Okay. All right. You just don't trust it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I get it. I get it. Somebody there was a thing on there was a skit on Saturday Night Live, and it was like, so why? And it was like Tuskegee. And it was like, okay, yo, you're not wrong. So I get it. I get it. I appreciate you. All right. Well, listen. Let me get another poem out of you, if you don't mind.
Okay. Hold on. So this piece, I mean, I guess I'll just share this. This isn't finished, and I'll do a finished piece after this. But this poem is just something I've been working on. It's really short, so I figured I'd just share it now. But it's called "Love Is a Battlefield," and it's not finished by any means. But it's scab over, and like conditional love, we still pick at it, hoping we can get a bit of our blood spilled from the first war back. See your love be like a battlefield, dodging your personal buttons that cause my personal destruction, tripping over your triggers which trigger hails of insulting and patronizing gunfire, a gun for hire, standing guard at my heart, but he be too easily swayed by your persuasive ways. This war will only make body bags out of both of our homelands. That's all I have so far. But anyways, another poem that is finished and more solidified. It's I don't know if I can, okay, never mind. This poem is titled Fairy Tales and Folklore. I hear your oldest daughter is headed to JMU this year. I hear your son is a star football player, your other daughter playing soccer. I hear you have twin girls. According to them, you're as giving as Santa Claus and as tall as the giant from Jack and the Beanstalk. They say you're as kind as Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother and as sweet as a sheep. Although from my mom's eyes, you seem like every other wolf. I hear you're the greatest dad in the world. At least that's what your other kids say. I'm sorry, that's what your other kids post because I ain't never spoke to them before. Every time I text and DM, don't nobody want to answer. I guess they think I'm some fake relative living in some far-off country claiming to have cancer who needs $50,000 for a transplant. But in actuality, I just want to talk to my sperm donor. Or at least speak to people who I share DNA with. The people I wish I could have grown up and played with. I wish I could be in the family portrait you posted. You know, the one where you got the same green pajamas on and smiles to match. I wonder if your love for your children is so magical that even you don't understand it. But then why don't I fit in? Am I the ugly duckling? Did you know the minute I was born, I wouldn't fit into your family's picture book? I wonder if you got each other's backs like a family is supposed to. But if that's the case, where was y'all at when my mom died? I sent you the info, and of course nobody responded. No flowers or food was sent, nobody calls, nobody visited, nothing. It's like I have an entire part of me I don't know nor understand. And no matter how many times I read this book, I can't comprehend the pages that lie in my hand. My mom's side of the family blame all of my idiosyncrasies on your side. Sometimes I feel like I'm somewhat of an outcast to them. All these random body parts that are a result of your bloodline. My wide hips, springy curls, and flat chest don't match those of my mother's ancestors. See, these body parts are from a stranger. A man I supposedly spoke to on the phone with when I was 2 years old, not that I would recall the conversation. What I do remember about being 2 years old is that I love Princess and the Frog. I love my mom and my auntie. I also love fairy tales and folklore. And I guess you were my favorite one. Giving me body parts that don't match my other ones like Dr. Frankenstein, or the way you came into my mom's life, messed things up and left her to pick up the pieces like Goldilocks did to the three bears. Or the way you blew my mom's house down with the power of the wind that slipped from your tongue when you said, that kid's not mine. I guess my mom should have built the house made of bricks, or at least put a sign on it that said no dogs allowed. Was I the fly you kept shooing, telling not to bother you anymore? When mom finally made it time for us to meet, you pulled out some of your old tricks. You continued to play the same character you had played for the past 2 years. You were the well-known legend I had been hearing about. See, that day we were supposed to meet, you never showed up. Or maybe you did, but never came to talk to us because you were too afraid of your own reflection like most ghosts are. Or maybe you were out granting one of your other kids 3 wishes, and the minute you were supposed to come grant mine, you disintegrated back into your genie's bottle. See, when I was 2 years old, I loved Princess and the Frog. I love my mom and my auntie. I also love fairy tales and folklore. And I guess I love them so much because they gave me something to believe in when I couldn't believe in you. Thank you.
You have like such a way of describing things. It's like even your like heartbreak is like beautiful when you describe it. You know, it's yeah, it's a terrific talent. So I really appreciate you sharing that. Let me ask you, and bring Jordan in too, because I want to ask Jordan this question too. If is there another poet that you try to model yourself after, or another artist that you model yourself after?
I used to I used to really love Zora Howard, so I modeled my, like when I was first starting, especially with writing, I would model my poems kind of like, I just wanted to be a storyteller like her. Like a lot of her poems are very storyteller, very descriptive, take you through a journey. So that's kind of how I feel like my poems are. But I feel like I haven't listened to her in a long time, but that's kind of just how that was the start for me. So I feel like naturally a lot of my poems are just stories now. Even
So I don't.
they're not about me. Like sometimes this one is, but yeah.
I'm not familiar with Zora Howard.
Mm-hmm. She was, I want to say she was New York's poet laureate when she was like 14 or something, but she's like an adult now. But she's, yeah, you should look up on YouTube. That's
Okay. Okay. Zora Howard. All right. Hey, look, teach me something. I like that. Okay. How about you, Jordan?
I wouldn't say there's like a poet that I model myself after. I don't think it's an artist, but like the person, like it's more than one person actually. It's kind of like I take other people's stories and like put them with mine. I'm like, okay, so they're just like me. So why not like speak for them in my work? So it's kind of like I don't model like my work like someone else's. I kind of just like listen to all of the things that happen in our day to day and just kind of talk about them, if that makes any sense. People's stories inspire me to write.
Okay. Okay. So okay. So there's not any particular one individual, but you just kind of you pay attention to the stories and the art that they create as opposed to the individual. What you saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a poet that you model your writing after, Patrick?
For me?
Yeah, or do you have a favorite poet? Yeah.
Well, I was going to say,
besides me, I'm just curious if you have another.
No doubt, absolutely. Yeah, more than you know. Trust me. I saw something. So you're about to get me on a tangent. I'm about to tell you. I saw another poet, and it reminded me of you recently. But anyway, I think that I've realized a long time ago that I basically take a little bit from everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so like as an artist, I take some of my improvisational cues from my friend Creek. You know, I take obviously I've been rolling with my partner Daryl for 20 years, so I you know, he and we can finish each other's sentences at this point. You know, and certain people. There was a MC named Aaron Henry, and I loved his movement, so I kind of modeled that myself after his movements when he performed. So and honestly, before he became big stuff, I used to go to Itch Your Mug and watch this guy named Ta-Nehisi Coates read poetry, and I was like, yo, this dude is dope. I love the way he like reads with such urgency, and I kind of model. Yeah,
I like the way he reads people. Period.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, I think that. So yeah, me as an artist, I take a little bit from everybody.
Yeah, I do that just as a person. What you see is a culmination of some of the best parts of people I've crossed paths with. I like to think it's the best part. So the ones that hit that set well with me, you know what I mean? That stay with me. I am a culmination of the people that I've met during my travels, you know, within DC, outside of DC, outside of this country, and they kind of help form the way I put words together. You know, just based on the character and some of the idiosyncrasies and ideologies and stuff that I picked up from different people. Just, you know. And my classes. Jorrin is in my poetry class. My classes too. Young people in my class, they add a great deal to my to my writing.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, yeah, these poets are definitely doing it. Is Jordan gone? I was about to give her one more moment to do something.
There she.
Okay, because I know Jordan has to leave at 8. So
Okay.
if you got one more piece, Jordan, I'd love for you to share it before you roll out.
All right. So for Ra's class, we had to do a gesture poem. So I guess I'll read that. But this poem, I don't know how to explain the prompt, but I guess it doesn't matter. But I titled it Silence. So, silence be death and life. Be your birth and your funeral. Be the first time you see the sun and when the rest of the world sees your sunset. Silence can feel like the first time you write a poem about hope, or the first time you write a eulogy, that church like, that funeral home like, that unloving family car ride type of miles of never-ending closed mouths which either don't get fed or forcefully have their stomach filled, pills spilled out of your guts like the truth should have been, your twisted lips hung from your face, your glossy, bulging eyes. Don't you know they already lynched you last century? Why must you take part in your own demise? Even at your first birthday, they are wishing to out your candles at the first sight of you in the hospital room, but you defy odds. Grow from your father's seed of life, from your mother's roots. Your friends water you with kind words, and yet you choose to uproot yourself, gather up your fruits and leaves to leave, and I see the legacy. The magnolia seeds born from your branches that were too heavy for you to bear, the ones you had to leave behind, the ones that we must now nurture. We consoled them hoping for your return, and now the last spark of hope is gone. And all I can think is, I pray their voices aren't snatched before they have time to speak. Hope they don't grow up to be. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess the prompt is difficult to explain, Jordan. I get it. It was kind of like a not an onomatopoeia. I just wanted them to have these where you can't find a word. Well, you can find one, but the best thing for the end of a sentence or right in the middle to describe how you're feeling is just this gesture, like a sound. I have this piece. I was telling them that where I ended it, I was just talking about my love for somebody, and I was like, you. Because I couldn't really find the word there. It was more than love, you know what I mean? So I wanted them to do a piece like that. So that was cool. That was cool, Jordan. Thank you for sharing that. I hadn't heard it.
Beautiful.
That was the assignment I gave right before spring break. So I hadn't heard it yet. Thank you for sharing that. That was dope. Very dope.
That's like one of those you know how black
exactly.
black women go
Exactly. And I wanted them to do that.
Yes. Benny said alliteration definitely on point.
Yeah,
Shout out to Benny.
Indeed. I wish we had virtual spaces like this back in my day. Your old man voice, I know that's right.
Back in my day.
Right, exactly. That's dope. That's really dope. Who mentioned Zora? Somebody mentioned a poet laureate a youth poet laureate, I think it was, of New York or something like that. Was that Jordan?
Yeah, it was Jorrin.
It was Jorrin.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was Zora. What was the last name again?
Zora Howard.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah,
very
definitely
cool.
gotta look her up. I didn't know anything about Zora Howard.
Indeed. Okay, that's what's up. Jordan, what you got for us? And then I think Patrick and I are jumping in. Jordan, you gonna stick around for a second, Jordan, and try to hear us out a little bit?
Sure. I feel like I could stay for like another 5-10 minutes.
Cool. Jordan's gonna jump in and give us a piece, and maybe Patrick and I can do a little something. Maybe a little something. All right, cool. Get it, baby. You got it.
Okay, this poem is entitled A Blessing and a Curse. You see, I've always been told God only puts his toughest soldiers through the toughest battles. But why does it seem it only storms when I'm at my least? Craze that may be when thunderstorms are my favorite craving. Like roses, a trickle fragrance with the pitch of lightning. I was born with a soul that's way too sensitive for this world. I've always felt things too deeply and differently than most people. It's a blessing and a curse. I've never understood why my biggest toxic trait is holding on. I don't get over things easily, but I've learned to get past it. No, I didn't heal from it, just learned to accept them for what they are. And as crazy as it may be, a smile is the only thing that has kept my sanity. A burst of explosion when the storm is at its first peak, rolled up a blunt and raised it to the flame, a calming feeling like smooth jazz, close your eyes to for once feel alive. Until the high dies down, my nightmares and memories come rushing through me, thoughts of my worst stories. I was sexually assaulted when I was 16. Crazy of me to think they'd believe me. Lost so many friends I thought would never come to an end. I shouldn't have wore leggings, mistaking my clothing for vulnerability. Please don't feel sorry for me. That was only the beginning of how many times I held it all in. The nights I cried for my pain to come to an end. Never felt the same, I guess I was to blame. But what did I provoke him, they say? I didn't know a simple hello would be the ending of the old me, but the beginning of PTSD, depression, anxiety. Like a dark shadow talking over myself, medicating to stay on gravity. Who would have known trauma would reveal your scariest demons, fatherless, heartbroken, and lost? That's when you begin to lose it all. Insecurities of my body simply just not good enough, beauty just not good enough. Walk into a room and never felt so uneasy. Nauseating became the reality. Thank you.
Thank you. You're most welcome. Thank you for sharing that. That was dope.
Thank you.
I like to hear y'all do your thing. I really do. You know what I'm saying? It's inspiring to me. I tell you that in class all the time, don't I, Jorrin? It's inspiring. I need that. I need that in my life. I kind of miss this in person, but I'm glad to have it here too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jordan seems to be very driven.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, to be somebody so young, she has an amount of drive and just purpose that's really, really impressive. You know, I wish I was, like that when I was that age.
You know what? Hey, that's hilarious. I have this a piece I'm going to share. It's interesting for some people. It might be not really hard to hear. It just really depends on whether you know the difference between believing and knowing. It really is contingent upon that. This is not a challenge. This is my piece. I'm just going to get right to it. Is that okay? All right, let me do this for y'all real quick. It's just a piece I've been working on. Yeah. I am a figment, a prayer answered, a creation of a creator, real and imagined. I'm the mother of dragons, ones that look like little black boys, black women, black men, slayed by the fearless prince of the streets, urban and rural, criticizing me for bended knee while bending a knee into the neck of a black woman's earth. Because every time we give birth, we fill a void with babies, black and brown. Children that know every noun before they know nouns, so they get right back up when they fall down while the planet breathes heavy, tries to catch a breath. Knuckles into the atmosphere, arms pushing its body to one side like the sun setting in the west, rising one last time, a void that can no longer breathe, like Floyd, like Eric. It garners tears for our garden of scars. These tornadoes and storms, a shooting star with one bullet in the chamber, it equips her for the undone that she could one day become, for the day that her son will call to her from this world and vibrate the walls of the ethereal. It all gets so real that it's unreal. I curl into it, my heart in the fetal position. I don't always know. I don't always understand. A collision of sensibilities. Grateful for the sand between my toes, but I know that I will only put my child on the boat if the water was safer than the land. We are spirits here having a vulgar experience, and that too is part of God's plan. It's so easy to display anger with 15 rounds and 4 pounds, but I got little boys that I want to see grow into man. So I take a mic stand. Arms, legs, 2 feet in one hand. I don't march. I keep a pen in my pocket, a little lighter than the steel in my band, yet it holds a little more weight because I'm finding it harder and harder to pray, like me and God ain't seeing eye to eye most days. And I have so much to scream, even more to say. So I rhyme words together like hands and fingers folded over one another. Praise the double wide ruler of my inked forevers. Rhyme words like I love black people, like I love God, but I'm tired. Tired of waiting for God to show up. So this pen is how I pray.
I love that. I love that.
You know?
Yeah. Like I love God.
The line for my forever has been I love black men like I love God, but for this piece I just put people. Not I just put people, I put people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
What y'all think? What you think, Jordan? Jorrin, what's up? Thank you, Dominique. I appreciate you.
I really like your poem. I really did.
I like the ending, the way you ended it.
My pen is high, I pray.
Yes. Okay. Well, okay. So I think it's my turn, and I'm gonna do something before we go to commercial. I wish I didn't have to do this poem again. Why this poem was shot. The keyboard click sounded like chambered bullets. It made the white folks uncomfortable. This poem didn't defer or stifle itself. This poem ain't speak the king's English. It drawled at authority, rolled its eyes, barked when spoken to. This poem kept walking when commanded to stop. Its hands were hidden deep in its pockets. This poem balled its fists. This poem was reaching for something. Its hands were out, so the poem looked like a weapon. But it was too dark. Was the night or the poem too dark? It don't matter. This poem didn't know when to shut up. Don't act like this poem was innocent. Poems like this have done damage before. What about poems like this one, killing other poems all the time and no one does anything? Everyone wants to read the poem when it's lying still because it's easier to edit that way. You won't acknowledge this poem until you see its mother scrubbing ink from the sidewalk. Now, this is a quiet space. Poems like this aren't said around here. That's why it looks suspicious. It smelled of street corners. This poem was probably on something. Matter of fact, poem could have been a rap. This poem wasn't armed, but it had every right to fight. It had to. This poem's seen a lot. It hustled to feed every stanza, chased the fading footprints of poems that came before it, picked up the pieces and created this thesis. This poem screams for the pieces who never find theirs, justice or peace. This poem was in the wrong place at the wrong time, in the wrong skin, under the wrong sky, wrong plane, wrong train, wrong street, wrong town, wrong clothes, wrong hair, wrong style, the wrong apartment, the wrong damn couch. There were too many poems in the car. This poem panicked and ran because of the warrant. This poem remained calm. Its weapons was registered. This poem was playing in the park. This poem simply knocked on the wrong door. This poem was having a cookout. That poem needed a doctor, not a cop. This poem was engaged to be married. This one was just trying to make a few extra bucks. This poem's car broke down late one night. This one was standing in its own driveway. That one went out for a snack. This poem just wanted to get home. Drop its baggage, lay back, close its eyes, and breathe until the stress of being this poem fell away. This poem never needed you, but here you come anyway.
Word Beats in Life, Fifth Element Live. The elements of hip hop are DJing, graffiti, breaking, knowledge, and
your mama.
Biddy, did you come here to play or did you come here to finesse?
We can't all get a pair of socks. I told you, Patrick, I was coming for you. I took you out.
You're still whack, copy.
Yo, yes, Fifth Element Friday. April 30th. You definitely want to check that out. It's like a game show, but it's all infused with hip hop and laughs and a lot of fun. So check us out. Fifth Element.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. Absolutely. Yes. That's great. That's great. Okay, what we doing here? Y'all getting back in the game with us? Who jumping in the rope next? What's up? We took our turn. It's time for y'all now.
I gotta go.
You got to go. It's all good, Jorrin. Thank you for joining us, sis. Thank you for sharing your pieces and your poetry and your time and your life and all that good stuff. We appreciate having you here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Indeed. I'll see you soon. I'll see you in class.
Yes. Much love, Jorrin.
All right. Peace. Jordan, looks like it's just the three of us. Just the three of us. You don't know that. All right, what's going on? What you gonna do for us? Say again, honey.
It's whatever you guys want me to do. I recite poetry, I sing, so it's kind of whichever one you guys want me to do.
Oh, she like, I do it all, baby.
You know what I mean?
She like, whatever you want, I got it.
That's what's up. Okay. All right. I don't know. What do you want to do, Patrick?
Juggle. Let me see.
You know what I mean? Like,
juggle.
Look, paint and sing is like paint and sing. Whatever you want to do, sis. Whatever you're feeling right now. Whatever you want to do. Okay.
Yeah, whatever you do.
Jordan's coming up next year. You
I am going to recite another poem. It's called Dear Black Woman. Dear Black woman, you are enough. Our crown covered in thick shea butter and barrettes, blue magic with pretty smiles and ebony caramel, almond and chocolate brown melanin. We are God's gift to the sun above, glistening off our butter-like skin. We are a queen, powerful and intelligent. We are magical. Beauty so magnetic, walk past me and almost shock you. Black women, you are enough. Black women, you are warmth, passionate emotions of sassiness and lips like honey sweetness. You are gorgeous. From your curls, freckles, dimples, curls, coils, Black women, you are a blessing. God's beautiful creation. Black women, you are enough. Our Blackness comes with instructions. You must be prepared to work harder than the white sister next to you because nothing is handed to us. But we are Black women. Although we are Black, our Blackness comes along with struggles, pain, trials, and tribulations. Black women, you are enough. We must hold our heads up high through every war we face. Our personalities can never be replaced. Even when the human race tries to duplicate our looks and styles, we are enough. You see, society paints a picture that we are known as the angry Black women, but what's wrong with being angry? When we have to fight for equality in every argument against the opposite race, what's wrong with being angry when my natural hair offends you? Or as you say, it's unprofessional. What's wrong with being angry when I must cover up my body because I poke out more than the white sisters? What's wrong with being angry when I gotta climb up a few more walls just to get some payment as the opposite race? What's wrong with being angry? I learned being a Black woman means trying my best isn't good enough. Because even when my background is as good as my white sister next to me, I am still Black. And as sad as it may seem, I don't need you to pity me. Black women, we are enough. And it took me a long time to learn, but I am enough. And I won't let society's standards defeat me because my Blackness is golden. Dear Black women, we are golden. We are talented creations from above. Black women, we are enough. Thank you.
Yep, this is true. I know I am.
Love it. Yes, yes. Love letter to all the Black women.
Yep,
yes.
Indeed.
Yeah. And it's okay to be angry, unrepentantly angry. It's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Let it out. Let it out.
Yep.
More fire, as we used to say.
Yes, we can. You can hear me, Patrick?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. Jordan, you can hear us too, right, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Whatever. Look, whatever, man. All right. We're going to jump right in again. Pat, you got a little something. I know you have some announcements and such, but do you have a little something else you want to share? I'm just going to I'm going to share a little bit of something I just started writing. I'm in the midst of working on this book called Body Parts. This time it's an actual poetry book, something I haven't done in many years. And I'm just going to share like a little piece. So Body Parts is just really the internal body war that sometimes takes place as you learn emotional maturity through dealings with your family, the people closest to you, your mother, your father, your siblings, things like that. And so I started writing this book, and I started writing my mother's piece tonight, which is interesting. I don't seem to be doing very well with my youngest daughter, with Jordan. It's like, whoa, attempting to get through it. So I put it to the side and started writing my mother's, which is interesting. Jordan, don't smile like that, okay? You just reminded me, I said it, you know what I'm saying? You just reminded me of her like this. My mother can't write about me. She's stumped. First time you ever stumped me. All right, you're gonna take on all this heat for her, Jordan. All right. So I'll share a little bit of that. But Patrick, I went first last time. If you wanna, you know what I'm saying? Before
okay, yeah. Can we be heard? Can y'all hear me? Because I got a message that we might not be audible. I think I'm gonna give y'all 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so this piece, the ink's still wet on this one. I may not ever read it again. This is so for those who know or don't know, Stevie Wonder is leaving, or he may have left already. So this is my attempt at a Stevie Wonder poem. Ghana has gained an angel. One of God's most magnetic creations will be leaving us, and it is taking Stevie Wonder with it. I don't mean the man, I mean the myth, the music, his vocals, the rhythms, the feng shui, and how the songs sway. It's like the best soundtrack to any date ever. I don't care how unattainable you think they are. Stevie puts even the most distant star in reach. Dreams solidify when fingertips touch the ebony and ivory. This idol sees no rivalry. He's out of sight like my Cherie Amour. And y'all be like, he can see. His albums are the grand opening of one's heart. Those fingers can manipulate organs, everybody's. This is true. He created an album so sexy that even plants are making love to his sounds. His alchemy can change everything. I mean, ain't that voice sugar? And ain't his songs spice? I don't want to bore you with it, but you need to get you some forgiveness and press play. I don't think you get it. Minnie Riperton, Denise Williams, and Sarita Wright all sang on one song. Do you know what that can do to your tomorrows? I ain't superstitious, but you need to find that girl, pull her close, say you will be her Sir Duke, if only she will be your summer soft golden lady. When they play, I wish. Forget about everyone and pretend that you are on a trampoline somewhere between his notes and the stratosphere. See if they join you. Resist the impulse to touch during Isn't She Lovely, and just smile through the possibilities like he does and enjoy all of your other senses. Inhale the memory of your first and hold it. Imagine rolling your eyes so far back that you have no choice but to trust your loved ones in the room to take care of you. That is what Don't You Worry About a Thing feels like. If you are anything like me, then you will overflow when either Knocks Me Off My Feet or As plays. A swaying skyscraper, an aching volcano, or a whirling humming satellite, becoming any of these will do. When you can take no more, leave your body. Tell the Lord you're just visiting. Ear to the gate, realizing that heaven does have a Harlem, a Southeast, a Five Points, a Bourbon Street, and they already play him up there, partying this far from the sun, and they're all jamming on the one. Get as much of this man as you can, y'all. You deserve it. One day, these songs will echo through your skull, and you won't be there to hear them. One day, there will be no wonder.
As around the sun, the earth knows she's revolving. That's my joint. And the roses know to bloom in early May. That's my joint.
Woo! You saying? You know what I mean?
Sure, you can rest your mind assured. All right. I'll be
No,
you always.
you finish
That's my
off.
man. That's great. Just jamming on the one.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
My mama, I'm jumping right in, y'all. I'm just going right to it. My mama was real pretty, like black and white filmed movie stars and Billie Holiday's flowers. She turned heads and from government cheese to dresses below and socks over our knees for the school she paid tuition, both hers and ours. My sister and I knew peach Kool-Aid and shake and bake. My sister knew it because she ate, but I learned to make it because mama spent nights on campuses and days at a desk. So I, being the older sister, learned to clean up everyone else's mess while mama learned degrees, like bachelor and masters, and like the heat from men lying about being bachelors and wanting the master key. Mama dealing with their misguided families while guiding me through cooking and laundry. I was just trying to make my plats meet. She taught me family. Sisters and a brother, grandma, uncle, and cousins. Small and significant was this family tree. I, both young and naive, didn't know that size mattered till I was past my teens because we were small and huge at the same time. Just big enough to know everyone and come together for any and every occasion, small enough to know why. And that's where I stopped. But you see where I'm going with it. I think it's going to be really great.
Oh, yes. Oh. Yo. Nasty, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. Jordan, what you think?
Okay.
Can I live? Okay.
Yeah, you can live.
I appreciate
I'll tell you what, I would like to hear you sing something, Jordan.
Yeah. Let's do
Funny
that.
you say that because I was sitting here and I was like, let me find this track, the song I wrote.
Okay. All right.
Oh, we about to get music. Okay.
You know what I mean? She said, funny you said that. I was just looking through my archives. Okay. Get it in for us, Jordan. Snap, snap. Donna.
Okay, this song is called Beautiful Masterpiece, and I wrote it when I was kind of going through a lot, and I really did lose myself. So this song is about me. hurting, and I can't pretend I'm crying, and you will nothing. I'm bleeding, and it just gets worse. This pain inside is a cry out, my beautiful masterpiece. It's ruined, broken to pieces, and like me, nothing's the same. At least without you by my side. Oh, baby, darling girl, my beautiful. I need you, baby, and it's bringing me up inside. Oh, hear me, can you hear me speak my mind? Do you hear my melody? Isn't it beautiful, baby? It's so fairy tale. You see butterflies fly and birds chirping. I'm burning, baby, my heart's broken. Can you tell me when it is? Oh, my beautiful masterpiece, it's ruined, broken to pieces, side by side. Nothing's the same. At least without you by my side. Oh, baby, darling girl, my beautiful. I need you, baby, and it's driving me insane. La 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 la. My beautiful masterpiece is painted on a canvas, waiting to be established. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, baby, 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 beautiful masterpiece. Isn't she beautiful, beautiful? Beautiful masterpiece. Beautiful masterpiece. Beautiful masterpiece. Beautiful masterpiece. Thank you.
Whoa, that was dope.
Thank you.
Toned up for a second too. I was like, okay.
Yeah. That piece will
Very
definitely make
dope.
you zone out.
Very, very dope. Now, who did the track? Who did the track, Jordan?
I actually found it on YouTube, and I had to pay like I think $50 for it. It was by an artist. He goes by the name J Dot.
J Dot, I'm familiar with.
Okay.
Look, girl.
So hey, question for you. Like, what's the highest note you can hit? Like, have you ever tried to?
She was on some Minnie Riperton, wasn't she? A little something.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. So in choir, because I'm in a performing arts school, they always like challenge us in our voice lessons. So sometimes they'll make us go really low. So like the sopranos, they'll make us go really low, and then they'll stretch our voices to go really high. So I'm not really sure what the highest level is. I go to Northwestern High School.
Okay.
I'm not really sure the highest note, but I know that like I get nervous sometimes. Like if you tell me to sing a song and it has like a really high note in it, if I'm not doing it like if I'm not zoned out, I won't hit it. Like it'll crack. But if I zone myself out and get really comfortable in like the atmosphere and this vibe to it, I'll hit it. So it's like,
have they taught you how to hit those notes? What's that called? My daughter does it. My daughter went to Duke Ellington. Air, like she's bass, like she's alto all day. Like my speaking voice is her singing voice for the most part, right? But for her to hit higher notes, she would just do this air, like this airy. I can't explain. I don't remember what that's called. Anyway, yeah,
I know that like, for us in our school, we kind of do lip drills. So like it kind of helps with like you increasing the volume of your voice, and like we use our diaphragms to kind of increase like the more breath support you use, the higher you can go and the lower you can go.
Got you.
So you need to.
I think that's what it is, Miss Holman. I think it is whistle tones like this. It's this airy, yeah. You're not really hitting the note. It's a sound it makes just being like I don't hit very high notes, and I can sing, but I don't hit very high notes. But I've learned how to do this like this air thing. It almost creates a different sound, almost unlike the note you're even trying to hit, but you still hit it. If that makes sense, you still accomplish what you accomplish.
Like you think your voice is cracking, but it's not. It's right. Like you're hitting the note, but it's not fully there, kind of.
Exactly. Very good job, man.
So look, real quick on another note, have you protected and written and these songs? Have you protected these songs that you have created?
Well, no, not at the moment.
So you know what class you need to take to get all that covered, right?
Of course, I take business of music with Mr. Substantial.
There you go.
I'm actually supposed to be joining class soon. As soon as spring break is over, I will be joining your class.
Right. Okay.
Patrick's class? Cool. Patrick, you have a class?
No, the poetry class. I'll be joining yours.
My apology. I'm like, oh, see, I didn't even. That's what's up. I look forward to having you. That's great. That's
no doubt. No doubt. So, all right. Well, listen. Am I allowed to make a few announcements? Can I run through that?
Of course.
Okay. All right. So, real quick, everybody. First, I'm very pleased to announce that we have the first poetry workshop run by teens for teens. It's going to be facilitated by the 2021 Montgomery County Youth Poet Laureate Sasa Akil. The workshop is entitled "A Poem for a Poem." It's going to happen every third Sunday of the month. Every third Sunday starting this month, Sunday, April 18th. Starting Sunday, April 18th, and it's going to be for young people ages 13 to 19, sharing ideas, sharing poems, and starts at 11 a.m. Okay, so make a note if you're between ages 13 and 19. It's a free workshop every third Sunday starting April 18th. And you can go to wblinc.org/slam. Okay, and you can register for that class. That's going to be every third Sunday. There we go. Right there. Where's my finger? Yeah, right there. So, also coming up, this is National Poetry Month. So I'm very pleased to announce the festival. It's going to be the Word Power Fest. It's going down Saturday, April 24th and Sunday, the 25th. It's going to be 2 days of out-of-the-box poetry, open mics, and feature performances by WBL superstars, nationally known poets, and of course our students here at WBL. So it's going to be terrific. We have a haiku open mic that anybody can register for. We have a freestyle event. It's going to be hosted by the one and only Jason Santos. We have a cosplay showcase. That means you cannot read unless you're wearing a costume, at least a mask or something. Paint your face, anything. All right. So those are going to be a lot of fun. We have feature performances by the area's youth poet laureates. You're going to have the DC poet laureate, Amiri Nash. You're going to have Sani Cisse, the Prince George's County youth poet laureate. You're going to have Charlotte Molesky from Arlington, Virginia, and you're going to have Sasa Akil from Montgomery County. So all the laureates are going to be standing up at the beautiful Planet Word Museum speaking their truth. So looking forward to that. You're going to have a Sensei showcase. That means all the OGs, myself, it'll be Ra, it'll be Brother Benny, it's going to be Alan King, it's going to be Greg, Jess Greg, it's going to be Pages. We're going to have a lot of great nationally known poets touching the stage, or touching the screen rather. So that's going to be happening. What else? Oh, the team ups, the DMV Youth Slam Team and Baltimore Slam Team coming together. Yeah, man, I can't say enough about this event. I put it together, so I'm very proud of it. The Word Power Fest. Let me show me where that registration is again. If you want to be part of it, you can definitely go to the link. All right, it's wblinc.org/wordpower. So definitely get it. And yeah, I'll see you then. That's gonna be next week. So where you at, Rob? Where you at?
Also very dope. Thank you so much for that, Patrick. Yeah, we're gonna do our thing that weekend. We're gonna get it in for sure. Hey, thank you, Jordan, for joining us and sharing your beautiful words and voice. Amazing. Absolutely. Please keep doing what you're doing for sure. I look forward to seeing you in class too.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody who joined us for Open World Poetry, Open World Open Mic, The Words, Beats, and Life. I'm Rob Brown. That was Patrick of PoemCs, aka Black Picasso. We're gonna close out with Sasa's poem. She is the Montgomery County Youth Poet Laureate. She is the dopest. Enjoy, y'all, and have a great evening.
Picture this. Underneath the margins, your words can breathe. Got your listeners tilting isosceles the way you holding volcanic quills, spitting decrees. Better believe it flows like these. You got gills, screaming at daffodils or dreaming in mandrills, derivative of skills. You're built in the workshop, rocking with Ra. Cause in life, the woodshed don't stop. It don't stop. It don't stop. Don't stop.